Number 49 in the Slasher Classics collection is Blind Date, a movie that I really enjoyed, but I feel like I shouldn't. It's the tale of a man. Joseph Bottoms plays Jonathan, and he is someone who's had a little bit of trauma in his past. There is a backstory to something that happened to one of his girlfriends where he was helpless to come to her aid. He has a decent job. He's dating Kirstie Alley, who plays Claire. Everything's going all right for him until one point he suffers a trauma and goes blind. And this is where the movie starts to get a little bit wacky in its storytelling, because there is no physical reason for him being blind. It seems to be all in a physicality in his head. Something's happened, it's done it. Now, from my perspective, that seems curable at some point. And for some reason, he gets offered this experimental procedure, which means he'll never get his sight back, and he decides to jump at it and take it. And he's fitted with, which is basically a Sony Walkman, but for some reason allows him to see a crude computer generated outline shapes of the world. And then we have this character just walking about seeing really crude but fun CG of the world around him, almost like sonar type of thing. I really kind of liked this aspect of it. I thought it was quirky and different, and although it's really dated, it didn't matter because it fitted in with the time period. And I kind of liked the idea of this weird, almost sci-fi type of cure for blindness that the movie has. The movie takes a little bit of a time to actually get here at this point, and even further to get along with the story. There is a side story of someone who is killing people, and that's going to become the crux of the movie, because at some point our hero Jonathan is going to see something or hear something that alludes to people being killed, and he's going to then track down the killer. He also has the ability to record what he sees and play it back, which is just really weird and novel as well. And it has so many fun sequences that are both ludicrous, outrageous, but incredibly entertaining as well. There is a moment where Jonathan runs up to an apartment where somebody's being murdered, and the killer is after him, and the Walkman kind of falls off and he can't see, and he's stumbling about somehow at the top of a building in front of a neon sign where it's about 2-3 foot wide. If he takes the wrong step, he's going to fall countless stories, and it's almost Mr. Magoo like the way he's stumbling about on top of there until he gets his Walkman back on and can see again. It's really just kind of silly and funny, and it has a couple of sequences like that. There is moments where people just pick on him because he's blind. Down in the subway, you get this kind of gang that terrorise him simply because he's blind and he's easy pickings, and it just seems a bit blunt and a bit unrealistic really, but the whole kind of movie feels really unrealistic at points. There's a moment later on where Jonathan is actually driving a car, speeding down the road, where we see the CG imagery of what he's seeing swerving in and out the way. It's completely ludicrous, but I loved that sequence as well. Just so much fun. We even get a climactic, rather atmospheric fight scene between our blind hero and our killer as well, and it's kind of fun. This is a movie that feels almost like a erotic thriller of sorts. It doesn't really fit into one comfortable genre, and it takes a while in getting to the crux of the story, kind of jumping from point to point with sheer abandon, not really wanting to connect it together or to create a tight, impactful story. It has all these things that just drag the movie down, but I just don't care. I had fun with this one. I'm already itching to go back and check out the sheer lunacy of Blind Date again. It is a movie that, well, I can't overly recommend, but I'm going to watch this again. I'm going to have a lot of fun watching this and checking it out. I mean, I would love to know if you've seen Blind Date and your thoughts of it. I don't think it's got a good reputation, but I think it's well shot. It's got an interesting idea. I think the script needed a lot of work in tightening it up, but it's entertaining. What more can I say? Let me know your thoughts on Blind Date in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.